Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Cam Christo and this is the Best of Both Worlds campaign. Thank you ever so much for joining me. The United States stands on the precipice of war, and meanwhile in the East, our first really major victory. A pocket has been established that will spell destruction for the Soviet Army Group Center. We will encircle and destroy their offensive formations, and it will be glorious. Alright, you need a little bit of tweaking. Are you on this line? Yes, good. I'm not so sure about that counteroffensive. Let's instead move back here. The Soviets just changed like every plan they had and stopped all their offensives? Really? Oh right, they just recalculated because of the pocket. Fair enough. Alright, well, let's move in. Remember, we don't need to hold these tiles behind the pocket. It doesn't matter if these fall as long as we've taken the next ones in. So the medium tanks are just going to bulldoze straight through here with reckless abandon. Meanwhile, you guys, to your new stations, you will go. Who's on this line? You? Okay. You guys. We don't want that. We don't want that. I'm going to do a new line. Like, we're going to hold something a bit wacky here. Let's hold this. Because this gives even more potential for pocketing here. And it leaves us not holding as many plains tiles like this one. That's hills, but you know what I mean. That can be attacked from many directions. So let's do that. And these guys can all be assigned to it. Those that aren't moving. So they stay in about the right place going forward. Obviously, they're still in their supply grace. So these fights won't be giving them the too bad of a low supply penalty unless they were already out of supply, I guess. Concentrated Industry 5. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's get some resource gain. We're going to start having steel issues soon. I should think more about what tech we're going to get, but I'm not going to. An overrun up here. Nice. We have quite a few tanks here. Let's send the Romanians to Denmark. I really want to take Denmark very quickly. The US divisions have pulled out of Denmark. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if that means they're redeploying to the African front or something. Well, we'll have to see. Soviets in the east actually stagnating. Oh, and abandoning the Turkish front line. Interesting. Oh, I know why they recalculate everything. Because I reloaded. This is a paradox game. I remember. What are these overruns? Like, I'm not losing lots of men all of a sudden, am I? No. I don't know how I'm overrunning people here. Oh, it's because they're trying to retreat from here to here. Okay. Well, good, I guess. Keep coming in here. Marvelous. Okay. Thus falls a huge portion of the Soviet offensive. That's excellent news. They will have to seriously reconsider their strategy before they try another major full frontal offensive like they were doing before. And you can tell they've noticed. You know, their generals are suddenly saying, you know, this bar here has suddenly gone, holy crap, we just lost like a ridiculous portion of our men. Can you see manpower in the field? Is that a number I can see somewhere? Yeah, fielded manpower. All right, so they've got about 5 million. They just lost more than 10% of their entire deployed formations. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Give me some forts on the new defensive line. Fortunately, it's through some of the forts the Slovaks already built. I guess, I don't know, the Czechoslovakians built it, but I mean, it's over here, so I'm guessing the Slovaks were the ones doing the actual building. Anyway, I don't know anything about interwar Czechoslovakian politics. Well, that's not true. I know almost nothing about interwar Slovakian politics. Don't hate me. Okay, there we go. Look at that thing of beauty. Now, this fallback line, sorry, this front line, obviously, needs to become a fallback line again until the Soviets retake positions. That didn't make the noise of a signing. What happened to my in-game noises? Oh, they're back again. Yeah, that was really weird. What line are you assigned to? Ah, this front line. Okay, this front line also goes on this one. There we go. Good. Okay, and the final fight looks like it will be for this hill here. The remaining quite a few Soviet divisions will try and fail to hold the line while the tanks roll in. There they go. Bye-bye, Soviets. You won't be missed. Are the reinforcements going to get there in time? Probably not. I don't want to use... I think I'm going to ban myself. Well, I did say we're going to use some more exploity stuff in this campaign. I'm going to ban myself from using the last stand on one division armies because it's too strong. It's just actually like really, really overpowered. So I think I'm not going to do that anymore. I did do it that one time, but I mean, come on. Warsaw falling temporarily wasn't going to make or break the campaign. Allow it. Next deployment for the medium tanks. Let's just crush the bejesus out of this Soviet offensive here and make them regret they ever tried. We have total green air. That is a thing of beauty. They're still prioritizing all their tanks towards this, sorry, all their planes towards this Warsaw push. Unassigned guys here can all go on this fallback. That looks about right, doesn't it? Yep, good. Okay, everyone to your stations. He's retreating. Modern rubber processing. Excellent, that's very useful. I know rubber was not the thing we're actually short of, but it's likely to be in the future because we have oil available to us. It's a long, long way, both to Tipperary and to where we can actually get any oil. Venezuela, I'd love some more from you. Romania, I think, is closing their economy, which is inconvenient. You should be able to control your puppet. Lots of suggestions, but you should be able to control your puppets' laws for like 50% the normal political power cost. That would be quite fun. Next up, oh my goodness, we don't have the advanced computer machine. I am a fool. That's okay. It's okay. We can get it now. Get where you're going and get there fast, please. I want you to build entrenchment. I want you to not get caught by the advancing Soviet forces. So briefly, we will now hold Krakow and use all these wonderful synthetic refineries. Because, of course, I built some here earlier. There we go. Beaten back. Medium tanks not even needed. So where do we put the mediums? I think we split them in two. And we fall them back. And we have them just await further instructions, basically. We'll see where the front line next looks like it might buckle. And that might be nowhere. And because it's no longer a complete disaster zone, let's get some more planes deployed rather than just pushing it all into deploying more and more infantry at breakneck pace. We could even allow them to train all the way up, maybe. We'll see. But there are some pushes going on down here, mostly because my front lines have gone a little squirrely. This is all Karl up here in the north. Yeah, maybe we could put a few more divisions under Karl here. Just push them straight back. Should be fine. Try and push them back before their reinforcements arrive would be ideal. Move forwards here, obviously. I didn't want you to just push them out of the tile. I want you to actually take the tile. Pushing us back here as well. Let's move one of the light tanks in. Here looks like the main Soviet offensive, honestly. Let's get those four and actually keep them in this region. This is... okay, right. The planes are redeploying. Let's respond in kind. Should be able to pull that back into green air fairly quickly. They've pushed us back. This is a solid tile. It's not, it's not a breakthrough. It's a solid pushback. Let's halt operations here for a moment. Get the medium tanks into position. And then I'll feel much more comfortable launching the counteroffensive. Well, this tile we already took, so we really ought to just, finish the job there. That's not so good, but the mediums are almost there, so should be fine. Whew. Okay, well, that was quite a war. The Turks are being very strange on that front. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the Soviets, not the Turks, are being very strange on that front. So hopefully our glorious Turkish allies can retake that region. And maybe just hand over Baku for free. That'd be nice. Open up another front here. Get some more panzers room. Unfortunately, these panzers are being pierced, I think. Do we have a manpower shortage in reinforcement right now? We do. Yeah, fair enough. That'll be lowering their armor stat. More fronts on this fight, please. Retake the freaking tile. Oh, God, there's so many people defending. It's just the reinforcement, partly. It's also because the tanks aren't being prioritized. And that's by me, I mean, to go onto the front quite as much as they could be. So, of course, they'll move back in here. And then we'll crush them back once more. You're already at 23. Let's adjust how much of this front is controlled by whom. I think those men. We don't want 4 in Krakow. It's just a bit excessive, honestly. If you could move with a little more haste as befitting the situation, that would be excellent. Alright, alright. Call off this attack. Let's be sensible. Let's not attack across the river in a fight we're not winning. Instead, let's move the tanks north and then crush in from here and down through here, driving them all back. That will be excellent. Okay. Whew. Well, it's quite a front. Why are French troops here? They're volunteers. Okay. Romania has accepted French volunteers, apparently. This is Hungary. That's going to make it slightly more difficult to actually see when my puppets have raised divisions, but no matter. We will make do. Are any of these divisions actually Romanian or Belgian? Not Belgian. What was I trying to say? Bulgarian. Bulgarian, of course. Okay, holding fine now. Still no green air. Takes a little while. Oh, they've got a lot of freaking planes there, actually. Let's bring a bunch of these guys over. Already did that. Who's not flying up here? You. You've got range on the ongoing fights. We've actually got room down here as well. So let's bring... Oh, no. We've got lots of manpower at the moment. It's all deploying in nicely. Let's deploy some more straight up new wings. Oh, they're barely in range because these are the early fighters. Still helpful. We could build some more air bases. And in fact, that is what I'm going to do. Let's prioritize this. I want them right in the center of the air zone, or as close to the air zone as you can get. That'll be very helpful. And let's do something similar over here. Good. They're all building simultaneously. More dockyards still coming out. How is the Navy, by the way? Hasn't died. The Europa is the Europa is our most trained ship. That's great. I sail on a tall ship called the Europa. I love that. That's very cool. Oh, right. The Soviets, that's probably where they sent some of their men. They're actually deploying hard against the Finns now. Leningrad has been recovered. Sad times. Let's switch to convoy raiding. And let's do it in larger region. In a larger region, rather. And see if we... Because there's basically no... There's no hostile ships here. No. Losing some fights yet again. But the light tanks are in the right place. Let's just move the mediums into this... You know, we know the danger zone here, right? It's between Warsaw and, you know, northeast Klis. Klis? Kyles? Whatever, that place. And we might as well just put the tanks there. Ace Pilot promoted. Oh, yes, and you guys can once again deploy... no, not all of you can't. But you guys can once again deploy to the front line. And we'll give you a new fallback there. There we go. Good. Holding fine in the south. Mediums struggling to move into position. Just because of the number of defensive engagements they're actually getting involved in on the way. Let's move the lights north as well. I think we can probably hold. And then we'll do a unified light-medium push to drive them out of this side of our river. I thought we'd lost a tile there, but no, that's fine. They're just moving to fill this. That's a-okay. We do have this medium ready to go, and I will rush him. Almost always rush tanks, personally, when you're actually engaged, because they can get up to trained so quickly. The problem with infantry is sometimes they don't get to train just because of the number of casualties they take. Cancels out the amount they're actually getting from combat, but with tanks, they don't take a huge number of casualties. I mean, this is single player, obviously. They don't take a huge number of casualties, so you can usually get away with rush deploying them and then just training them up. As I like to say in the fiery crucible of combat. Soviets redeploying against the Turkish front. It's not what I like to see. US, I almost want you to do it now. Declare on me already. Or declare on the US, on the USSR. That'd be fine too. I want the two-front war. If we start winning against the Soviets, you know, I want it to be like the last campaign. If we start winning against the Soviets, I'll tag to the US and force them to declare war on me. Because I don't want it to be too easy. Are we going to get a new medium tank soon? We could get one in 190 days, but we're getting a lot of army XP. Let's upgrade our Panzers. Maxed out gun already. Nice. Just chuck in the reliability. Do I even want the engine? Do we just not... I don't think higher than 100% reliability matters. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think reliability stops mattering at 100%. Like 104 is no better than 100. So we don't mind bringing it down to 100. Do we put a bit more armor or a bit more engine? The answer is engine. Just a little... 0.3, it's not a lot, but it helps. So let's do that. Much more reliable tanks coming right up. We're going to need to import a little more. We don't have any... Oh, we actually do. We have aluminium in cancel trades. Let's just get all our aluminium from our puppets insofar as we can. Of course. Any other puppets I'm missing? Yes, Albania. Hand it over. And then Portugal is a non-issue, so we'll import what remains from them. Over-importing on things, but only because we're getting 80 per... whatchamacallit. He's a puppet. Let's take a look, actually. It's always good to check. What is our subject situation? Romania, we can almost annex. We're not going to annex our puppets. Because I enjoy... It would be quite good. Well, no, pretty bad for manpower, honestly. They're able to get so much more out of this land than we are in terms of manpower. Let's cancel this. Now we're no longer desperately rush deploying people. But is anyone moving towards independence? Hungary is. We're importing a lot of whatchamacallums from them. Aluminium. So we could build... They've got 100% infrastructure in all their provinces. Let's build some tanks. Some military factories. We get like 75% of them anyway. Is that right? No. Because they're a puppet, not an integrated puppet. Okay. So they're going to get all the mills, but that's fine because they're using their mills to good effect. Their manpower is admittedly their main issue right now, but still, you know, they'll raise their law. They're only extensive. We know how that is. We know how the woes of extensive can bring you down. Ah, this tile. No one reinforced into this tile because this tile had... No, we're going to lose an airbase. Darn it. Okay, you 600, just so you don't go to the wrong place. Move back here. Oh, actually, we got a tank in there in time. You can go straight back. It's going to kill their efficiency, of course, but it's not the end of the world. I can't even see it from here. So the French are helping out, but not really. We actually don't have any hostile straits between us and the Black Sea. So we could deploy our navy to the Black Sea to annihilate the Soviet fleet there. Get some more naval experience. They barely have a fleet here anymore, though. And they're surface planes. Sorry, I keep calling them surface planes when I mean... what do you call it? Land-based planes. Don't know why. Because you're dumb, Christo. Alright, that might be part of it. I imitate commenters insulting me quite a lot, by the way. It's worth noting. A, it doesn't particularly bother me. And B, it doesn't happen that often. I'm not trying to imply that you're all mean to me or whatever when I do that. I hope that's clear. We should move... Oh no, can I not do that? I want 2 infantry to be above the tanks. I guess I have to put the tanks over here for that. We can do that. Yeah, that looks better. So no... Oh god. I think we can call that imminent United States declaration. Okay, but we can get like a whole army of these guys out pretty soon. Who is missing men? You're down 2. You're down 24. So let's get another 12. Obviously, I don't have the manpower, but it'll fill out as needed, and we're not really struggling right now, so I'm not concerned about manpower shortages on the front. You're down 3, but you're a 20 width one. So we will keep you a 20 width one. Deploy straight to there. You're down 9. Put those on ones. I like keeping it organized this way. It really, the new army system is very painful if you constantly reorganize. But if you constantly reorganize what army units are in, but if you just shuffle around where you have your armies, it's pretty easy to manage, I've found. Alright, you're not going to take that tile, because I'm going to crush you from another direction. Just pin them while this reinforcement can go south. Meanwhile, these tanks can crush in here. Look at them melt. That is very satisfying. And then one of the lights can go south and help out with this offensive. You, don't abandon your post. Back to the front. That would be an AI tweak I'd love to see. Men that lose a fight, leaving behind an ongoing battle or an empty tile, should almost always go back to that tile. Rather than just saying, where shall I go on this front? Oh, let's go here. Because the way the AI, and this is just my understanding, but the way the AI calculates where they should go on a front is not based on the current state of the front. It's based on the state of the front as the AI sees it. So if the AI looks at this front, for example, it said, there's a division going here, so I should go here instead. But what it should have said is, there's currently no division here, I should go here. And then when the other division arrives, that's fine, recalculate, move again. It might be a computing power concern, like if it was doing all that recalculating every time a unit arrived, that might cause problems, I suppose. Maybe that's why it is the way it is. We only have 6 infantry holding this whole bit. That doesn't seem smart. Let's take some of these guys and move them over here. Let them start moving so I can easily select them all and strat redeploy. Good. What's our manpower deficit? Can you see that here? Yeah, like 100,000 right now. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay, and well, if you just move forward, because these guys are constantly going to be under attack. Another ace pilot, lovely. Ooh, red air, red air, red air. Not what I want to see. You guys actually got pretty good range. You guys probably already here, yeah. These wings starting to get a little damaged. Let's delete one. We're not building any of those planes, remember, so move these up here. Overstacking, never do that. Okay, there we go. Back to yellow. Much better. Once we take this tile, I think we will call it a part. This was a pretty good episode. We closed the pocket. Was that this episode? I think it was. Closed the pocket. We stabilized the front line. We got a lot of manpower into the army. And we pushed back the little offensive they had in the Stanislaw region. We really shouldn't have let them push here. I guess the forts are all bust. Yeah, mostly. They broke my synthetic refineries as well. The darn Soviet pig dogs. How dare they? Let's rape my synthetic refineries, honestly. We got infantry deployed in here by any chance? Yeah, you infantry, stop that. And you infantry, stop that. Just let the tanks take care of it. Got a lot of CAS here. Okay, now they're going against Poland again, but it's going very unfavorably. Okay, let's look. I bet they have almost no planning bonus. 31%. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, right. Max buff gives them a huge planning bonus. Planning bonus, speed bonus. My lord. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. Well, that was a very successful episode. Just going to wait for this battle to end. They're obviously constantly reinforcing it, but it won't help them because we got mediums, baby, and our mediums absolutely Shrek them. Panzer Shrek, you might say. All right, there we go. Take the tile. Why haven't you taken the tile away? Come on, 1 hour away. There we go. Nice. Okay, front line established, looking pretty stable. That is a concern. I won't tell you it isn't. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Oh, is that in the Balkans now? Yes, it is. No, it's in Czechoslovakia. Okay, you guys. We're going to need some people to fly over Czechoslovakia. But that's fine. It's really easy to get more people to fly over Czechoslovakia just because there's so many air bases back here that we can use to do that. Okay, thank you ever so very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. The Soviet front continues, I have to say, fairly positively. We are going to need to do something about their offensive in Turkey pretty soon. Maybe when these guys are ready. In fact, we could rush deploy. Yeah, I'm going to do that so I don't forget. Let's rush deploy as many of these as can be rush deployed. Put them in a new... No, you can go... You're still the Soviet front, so you can go under this guy. No, that's not what I wanted to do. The army goes under him. Good. Gets a new guy. Maybe someone with some desert experience. Don't think there is anyone that we could use for that. All right, winter experience, also good. And you guys go stabilize the Soviet front, and then if the opposition, the opportunity presents itself, seize the Baku oil fields. Marvelous. You need a new color. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button, helps out a great deal. And I will see you all tomorrow in the next episode. Bye-bye.